Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm taking part in a hop that is autumn / Halloween themed. I will leave links to all the other videos in the description box below. This was actually a scavenger hunt challenge, so there were about 30 things I think on the list of items that we could use on our layouts, and I think I got about 10 or 11 of them used. So as I go through, I will tell you which items were on the list. So I have pulled out a pink cardstock base because I'm scrapbooking photos of my daughter's Halloween costume last year in 2020. So she was a cute little kind of forest deer. She's got this little headband with little ears and antlers, and then a cute little tulle skirt. Very sweet. So I brought in the pink because she has pink in her hairband, and then I'm using this pattern paper with the polka dots on it as a border, and that's from the Simple Stories Happy. Oh, it's right there on the screen. Happy Haunting. Okay. And so that is one of the items is pattern paper. So I have brought some of that in. Now I'm distressing the edges with my little edge distresser and just crinkling it up and folding it up, rolling over the edge with my fingers as well, just to add some extra dimension. And I pretty much just use that Simple Stories collection. I don't have a whole heap of it left, but I do have enough that I want to try and get some of it used up. So I'm just sticking this down with some tacky glue to start with, and then I'm going to go through with my sewing machine and add a line of, I can't speak today, a line of white stitching around the edge with my sewing machine. So I've done that off camera, and that can be seen done now. I've added some more pattern paper in just as a mat on that photo there. And thread was one of the things on the list, so I've added thread with my machine stitching. I'm going to use this spooky die cut as my title piece. It just wasn't really standing out very well on that background, so I'm just going around the edges with a grey felt tip pen and kind of just adding a border to it. And now I'm thickening that border up just to, again, make it stand out better from the background. This just helps make it look like it's got a bit of a shadow behind it and really helps it stand out a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these photos together. I want that middle one to be straight and that one on the side to be slightly at an angle. So I've just stuck those together, and I'm also sticking my title onto my photos as well, so I can move the whole thing kind of as one piece. I've been wanting to use this banner piece for ages off the chipboard sheet, so I'm going to stick that up the top there. Just looks good, I think. And now I'm going to use 3 of these chipboard flower clusters just in places around my photo. Now, one of the items on the list was a leaf, so there are leaves in those flower clusters, so I'm counting it. I'm going to use the last couple of little chipboard flowers as well, just scattering them near my clusters. I also really wanted to use this little spider web, so I end up popping it in just above my title there. Quite like how that looks. And I do want to use this little chipboard spider as well, so it does go just over to the side there. Some cute little phrase pieces. That one says beautiful. And then I will find a banner piece a little bit later. I like that little I put a spell on you phrase down the bottom there. Tuck in this cute little ghosty with the pink bow. I think that fits really well with the whole theme of the layout. So now I'm just kind of shuffling everything down a little bit so that it's not all up too close to that banner or bunting that I have there. So that's the banner piece I found. This little Happy Haunting. I think it's really cute, really sweet. The colour fits nicely, so I'm just going to try and tuck it in under that chipboard flower cluster there, just overlapping everything nicely. And now I am going to go ahead and start gluing down. I'm really happy with how that is looking. It's quite clean and neat compared to my normal style. There's not a lot of mixed media or anything going on. I don't think I used any mixed media on this layout. Don't even use any splatters. But it came together really quickly, and that's kind of what I was hoping to achieve because I am pretty time poor these days. So just going through and gluing all those bits and pieces down. I did add some glue to the back of the chipboard. I haven't found it to be super reliable, the adhesive. I also popped a bit of foam behind the edge of my title there as it was just not sitting quite flat. So just a bit of extra dimension at the top of my little spider web there as well. Now I'm going to go through my stash of Nuvo drops, no, enamel dots to find some that fit the color scheme. On the list was enamel dots / Nuvo drops, so I did decide to use enamel dots just because I don't have many Nuvo drops the right colors for this kind of layout. So I used up 2 of those last kind of dark coral that I had, so that was really good. And now I'm just scattering around enough to create 3 groups of 3, just in various shades of orange really. And I will add a little bit of glue to the back of all these as well, because some of these are quite old and the adhesive just is not great, especially in that textured cardstock I've used as the base. I'm adding in one of these little phrase stickers at the top of my photo. And now I'm going to try and bring in a doily, because that is also on the list, and at this point I hadn't included very many things at all off the list, so I am trying to, bump up my count off the list. So I've got these teeny tiny little ones from WW Designs, and I have just cut that little one in half. The colors match pretty well, oranges and pinks. So I'm going to tuck that smaller piece just in there, and then I'm going to use the rest at the bottom of the page here. Just creating another kind of cluster at the bottom of my page to kind of bring some of the weight down there. I also really want to use this sticker of this cat and the pumpkin, because on the list is also to use a pumpkin and to use a cat. So that is 2 of the list items knocked off with 1 sticker. I did glue that doily down, but I decided to move it and it peeled up pretty well. The glue hadn't set yet, so I was pretty happy with it. It was just looking very heavy over to the right, so I brought it over to the bottom left corner just to try and balance out the layout a little bit better, and I like how that looks. So I'm overlapping the cat and the doily there. Now I'm flipping through the sticker book because I knew there was some stickers of little birds and whatnot. One of the items on the list was to use a black bird, so I thought this would be a nice easy way of bringing that in. So I'm going to tuck this little black bird sticker. I would have liked it in there actually, but I do end up putting it over next to the ghost, I think. Yeah, there. And then just to, keep things consistent, I'm also going to use one of the little bee and then a flower. And I'll just overlap that. Where do I end up putting that actually? Just in there, yeah. And then I also wanted to bring in some puffy stickers because, again, on the list. And I remembered I had these ones from Pink Fresh, and these little puffy florals fit the colour scheme just perfectly. So I'm going to use a couple of those, and just decided to switch that out for that chipboard flower that I have. So I'm going to use 2 of those dark kind of coral, dark orange colours there, and then I'll put the remaining little soft blush pink one at the top here. And next is going to be these teeny tiny sequins. I think they're probably actually, if we're being strictly speaking, glitter. But they're kind of just like really tiny sequins in star shapes. And again, sequins was on the list, so I am trying to get some more things on the list onto my layout. So I'm just going to scatter these teeny tiny white stars all around the outside of my clusters. And that is my 11 items used. I did forget to mention the colour orange was on the list, so clearly I have used plenty of orange. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check the description box for the links to all the other videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.